This video is sponsored by Helios, the world's first machine learning automated trading bot. Perfect for beginners and professionals alike. Visit www.helios-trading.io and start earning a side income now. So here's a fun, inverted commas, video for you all. In this episode, we'll explore the storyline of the failed Jurassic Park 4 movie. It was supposed to feature human dinosaur hybrids. Just look at this mess. What the hell is this supposed to be? A mermaid? Whichever asshole came up with this abomination of an idea deserves to be thrown into a pit of human dinosaur hybrids. It's poetic justice. Human dinosaur hybrids are nothing new. They've been the subject of various video games, comics, and movies over the decades. I'm looking at you, Dino Riders and Turok. In the scare zone of Jurassic Park extinction, it's Universal Studios, Florida. Yes, inside the scare zone, a hideous accident resulted in the park staff turning into human dinosaur hybrid mutants. The earliest known concept art of the human dinosaur hybrids was created by Carlos Huante back in 2002. The first public news of the hybrids happened in October 2002, later that year, in an interview with Jack Horner on the Minnesota Public Radio's Mid-Morning Show. A caller asked Horner about the dinosaurid, a conjectured evolutionary descendant of Troodon that had a humanoid appearance. Conjectured. Horner replied, "Keep thinking about that for a couple of years," before adding, "Go see Jurassic Park 4. Soon after, Jack DeLamar, the creator of the fan site Jurassic Outpost, contacted Carlos Huante about why the hybrids had been scrapped. To which Huante replied that as soon as the heads of Amblin Entertainment saw the concepts, they shut down the project almost instantly. Thank God. Maybe it's not such bad news after all. But this abomination of an idea just wouldn't die. In 2005, William Monahan and John Sayles wrote a script for Jurassic Park 4 in which a secret genetics lab had been crossbreeding humans with dinosaurs. The result was an army of grotesque and intelligent humanoid dino freaks with problem-solving intelligence and the ability to fire automatic weapons. The storyline was eventually scrapped, thank God, but it apparently got much farther along in production than anyone realized. Meaning, it got fucking far, and it shouldn't have. Kind of like Kathleen Kennedy's so-called career. What about you, Miss Washitsky? Still single and looking? Here's 50 cents to go downtown and get that thing removed from your face. Anyway, I have my hands on the said lost script, and I'll tell you its story. So grab a cup of tea and get cozy. The story begins at a little league game somewhere in the US, an idyllic scene that quickly goes bad when pterosaurs attack the kids and parents. A scene that was seemingly recycled for Jurassic World. Yeah, Hollywood does a lot of recycling. In a series of television clips, we learn that this is the first attack on American soil, following months of similar incidents happening in Central America and Mexico. The UN has created a task force to exterminate the dinosaurs. A team of badass, heavily armed United Nations task force soldiers versus dinosaurs. Could be interesting. Let's continue. But then, the script throws its first major curveball and introduces Nick Harris, an unemployed soldier of fortune. Nick's the lead in the movie, not Alan Grant, not Ian Malcolm. Despite all the rumors to the contrary, those characters were not planned for the movie. Instead, we meet Nick as he watches the same news reports on TV. He's approached by an ex-commander of his and offered a meeting about a job. He's warned that the guy he'll be working for is eccentric. Which brings us to John Hammond. A great cameo was planned for Richard Attenborough, and he said several times that he was looking forward to it. In the script's single, wittiest scene, we catch up with the eccentric ex-billionaire who's now the most sued man in history, according to the Guinness Book of World Records. He's been declared incompetent by his heirs, and his company's been taken over by other corporations. Technically, Jurassic Park isn't even his problem anymore, but he still feels responsible for the dinosaurs and the damage they continue to inflict. Hammond's got a bright idea. Breed some new dinosaurs that can't reproduce and introduce them into the wild populations. A Judas strain that will kill off the dinosaurs within one generation. Easy enough, except the UN has outlawed any breeding of new dinosaurs by anyone, and they prohibited the sale, mining, or possession of amber worldwide. Yeah, might as well ban water. Hammond's got scientists ready and waiting to go, but he needs genetic material to work with. Where could Hammond find some? Oh, the shaving cream can that Nedry stole. He wants to hire a guy to put together a team of mercenaries, and they'll spend the whole movie on Isla Nublar getting picked off one by one while trying to find the shaving cream canister. Nick Harris goes to Isla Nublar, but he goes alone. He does indeed track down the shaving foam canister that Nedry stole, but that's a mere 5 pages after. And as soon as he finds it, he's attacked not only by Excavaraptors, think trapdoor spiders, but also by security rangers who work for the Grendel Corporation, the mysterious Swiss holding company that took over Jurassic Park from Hammond. Seems they want the genetic samples also. Nick has to get off the island, evading his pursuers, human or otherwise. He manages to make it back to the mainland just long enough to hide the shaving cream can before the security team catches up with him and gasses him into unconsciousness. Okay, so far, I mean, it's not that offensive. It certainly didn't feel like a rehash of the same formula. Anyway, Nick wakes up and he's in the tower of a medieval castle in the Alps. Nick is introduced to Adrian Joyce, the major domo henchman of Baron von Drax, CEO of the Grendel Corporation. Joyce isn't a mustache-twirling bad guy bent on torturing Nick into revealing where he hid the shaving cream can. Instead, he offers Nick a job. In order to explain the job to him, he has to take him on a tour of the entire castle, which turns out to be a fairly sophisticated genetics lab. So this is where they got the idea for Fallen Kingdom, where the Grendel Corporation has been breeding some dinosaurs of their own design. Nick is then put in charge of training these 5 dinosaurs, X1 through X5. Okay, so it sounds just like the Jurassic World Chris Pratt and Raptors storyline. And the first thing he does is name them. Any soldier worth his pay has a name to answer to, not a number, he says. So we're introduced to Achilles, Hector, Perseus, Orestes, and Spartacus. Each one of them a specifically created Deinonychus, which is a sort of miniature T-Rex, but more of a raptor. They have super sensitive smell and hearing, incredible strength and speed and pack hunting instincts. And they have modified forelegs, lengthened and topped with more dexterous fingers, as well as dog DNA for increased obedience and human DNA so they can solve problems also. I'm sorry. Dog DNA for increased obedience. Fake news, CNN. All of this is topped off with a drug-regulating implants that can dose them with adrenaline or serotonin as the situation demands. Okay, it's kind of like the lysine contingency, I guess. And that's where the script ends. Any public record of it. I'm guessing something akin to Jurassic World Fallen Kingdom happens next. Anyway, you'd think this fuck nugget of a project had finally been buried for good. But it reared its ugly, decaying zombie dinosaur head yet again in 2012. Deadline reported that the studio hired Rise of the Planet of the Apes writers Rick Jaffa and Amanda Silver to pen the sequel. It just wouldn't die. The best part of Rise of the Planet of the Apes was how Jaffa and Silver treated the ape Caesar as a legitimate main character, with clear motivations and a captivating emotional journey. But they also had a hybrid dinosaur storyline in mind, so throw them into the same pit. Anyway, that's where the project finally got cancelled, and we got Jurassic World instead. And now you know where all the hybrids and the pterodactyl attacks and the mansion in Jurassic World Fallen Kingdom comes from. I've been VK. I hope you enjoyed this reading. On to the military parade.